Hey, hello, hi, hi, what is going on? So I got some drastic news. So I didn't stream yesterday, of course, as you guys noticed. Me and the wife took the wife out for it was supposed to be for her birthday, but it was a little bit late, you know, just the dates, how they lined up. Went to the casino, right, yesterday, went to the casino. I lost so much money. I ended up down $7 yesterday. I don't know how I'm going to financially recover from this. Devastating. Because we kind of kept our money separate or whatever. She ended up about even, maybe up like $5, but just kind of happened that way. She was up like, I mean, we don't gamble high stakes or nothing. She was up probably somewhere between 100 and 150 bucks at one time. She just, I don't know what it is, slot. She just sits down on the slot machine. She's like, boom, 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 win, win, win. I don't know how she does it sometimes. Like, that's how it started off. And if we were like just going for the money, I was like, let's just leave. But she wanted to keep gambling for fun, you know. Ended up giving some of it back, so is what it is. A good time. But yeah. Oh, Bit coming in. That $7 loss. Thank you for the tier 1 sub for 12 months, Bit. Thank you so much. And 31
to cover the loss of 7
over on YouTube. Thank you so much. That just made up for my whole loss yesterday. Thank you so much. Jeez, I'm now whole. Now I can be happy again. I was about to be sad and depressed all day until Bit right there came in with a tier 1 sub on Twitch and 31 months of legendary slayership on YouTube. All right, being a little bit wild here. Let's get after it. So yeah, I played craps for the first time. Now it was just bubble craps, but man, gambling money like that, it's like so much. Minimum bet of any of the things is $5 and on craps, like on a number or the pass line or whatever. Anyone who knows about betting, and when you start betting a bunch of numbers, it really adds up. So I played a little bit, and then I was like, boy, this is more stressful than it is fun. So I ended up, what's it called? When you set the point and you instantly 7 out. I did that instantly, I think I wasn't shouting stuff away. But I 7'd out. Oh, it's some player's 8 or something. It is, isn't it? Like, why is this so hard? I 7'd out right off the bat, just nuking like $35 on the first roll. Great. And then I hit a couple rolls on the craps, but then I pressed some of the money, so I collected some and pressed some, and then I 7'd out again. I was like, great. So then I just went all in with whatever I had left, which was like $40, and I hit like a 6 and I hit like a 5, and I just pressed the 10. I pressed the 10. I pressed the 10 with like 3 rolls in a row of when I hit, and then I hit the 10, and I got back up to like. I put $100 into it, and I got back up to like 95, and I was like, all right, I'm done, because this is more stressful than it is fun. So if I'm gambling and not having fun, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. But yeah, so that was what I did yesterday. That's why today we're back at it. And just for a little side note here, I'm gonna get into shouting everybody out here in a second. I'm thinking about switching up my stream days, switching off Monday and Friday. I'm thinking about maybe switching to Tuesday, Thursday with a 1 weekend day. Thinking. Not sure though, because my Fridays are really, really, really rocky coming up the next few months. So, I mean like busy. So, we got a lot of people in here already, but you know I got to run through the shout outs for all the notification gang and the people hopping in here right off the bat. Anthony, Cody, Sunil, Fear, Smulps, Pork, what's up, Barbosa, and Z-Guy, Duck Ed.
Holy freaking moly. 2 years LFG Phil Hunt.
Pork, yo! Thank you for the 24 months of Sunlight. It's 2 years, 2 years. Thank you so much, means a lot. You slayer. Getting back to it where I left off there, Duck Ed. So many people out, shouting everybody out. Scott, what's going on? John R. Lawn Bear, Trash, yo! Trash, what's going on? Fred, ooh, the legend of Fred. And Glipper's there over on Twitch. Welcome in, everybody. Got the shout outs. I didn't even check Terror Zones or anything. I have no idea what's coming up. Maybe some notice I got the rock music back. Decided to go with this. spice things up again a little bit, you know, liven it up. The mellow sounds of Diablo 2 music is pretty cool, you know. Who doesn't like it, right? But decided to switch back to this, get a little more energy going, even though some people, this is a little too intense for them. But yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. So yeah, it turns out for the whole gambling thing, I think it turned out exactly the way I expected. I never have really liked gambling, but
Great's gonna be great. Fire hot pepper American football.
I couldn't imagine what that would be in reference to. Fred, though, thank you for the 30 months of Slayership. Appreciate you, my man. Yeah, Glibber saying gambling Phil. Yeah, pretty much. Not a big gambling fan. I do it once in a while to try it out. Other people like doing it, so I go along with it, try it out. Every time it's exactly the way I remember it. Stressing the entire time, worrying. See, it's different things for different people. I derive less enjoyment from winning than I do disappointment and like from losing, essentially. So I think that's kind of the thing. Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, Cody, what? I didn't even see what 10 gifted Slayerships. Yo. Thank you so much, Cody H, for a huge, massive 10 gifted Slayerships. Any y'all, Jordan, OTK, all y'all people that got gifted memberships, make sure you thank Cody H. Make sure you thank Cody H. Ooh. The lady's voice sounds like she's in a cave now. Lady's voice sounds like she's in a cave now. I'm not sure what you were talking about there. Maybe I missed part of the whatchamacallit. Maybe it could be like maybe my music's a little loud on my end. Maybe it's echoing or something. It's possible. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I didn't look at my audio here for a second. It's looking a little weird. Are you guys like drastically? Oh, you know what? Let me see here. I think I had this issue before. Hold on, it's gonna go silent here in a second. Oh no, it didn't. Hold on. I think I had this issue before. I gotta turn this off, maybe. My microphone audio is looking weird. I'm super weird. I had it happen before where the thing was echoing or whatever. To get used to clicking while walking on the treadmill. Not really, it just kind of starts to happen. Let me look at just one more thing real quick. Sorry, I know it's super interesting. I don't know why my microphone's looking weird right now. Did my filter get turned off or something here? I don't know, I guess if you guys say the audio looks fine. Someone said the music might have looked a little bit loud, so I guess we'll just go with that and call her a day, if it sounds okay. Yeah, I don't know why my microphone's showing constant audio going into it, which is supposed to be not like that. The only thing that happened is I ever so slightly adjusted one setting, and I can't change it while I'm live. I have to. It's a setting the way that it changes. You can only change it when you're not using the microphone. So, oh well. I guess hopefully it sounds good enough. Lightning Strike, Self-Wheeled Infinity, Amazon Guide. Never say never. I do. That is one that I've never really got around to, is like a Spearazon, playing very much. It's just not great for Holy Grail, and you know what I mean? It's one of those situations. Powerful build, it can be, I guess. You know, it'll be good in the Chaos Sanctuary or whatever, but Amazons in general, just not the best Holy Grailers. Like, they're not really known that way, I suppose. Kind of word that. Not that they're terrible or anything, but the text to speech echoey. Yeah, I'd have to. I'm not sure about that. Huh. Tried turning it off, turning it back on again, but oh well. Hopefully it's not too bad. Do you say Ogrimal and Oxyring? Ironically, no. Oxyring is exactly how you're supposed to pronounce it. Aki? Like, who would pronounce it Aki? That one's the right way to pronounce it. Aki? Boy, I couldn't imagine talking like that. Guys, check out my Aki ring. My Aki ring. Oxy. The thing is, too, is that made-up words, I don't know that there could really be the Ogrimal one is totally a joke. But we'll say, like, pronouncing, like, SOJ. It's really just 3 letters. It's not a word. But that one's got to be pronounced Soj, right? I've seen... Do I have... Hold on a second. People saying it's pronounced Saj. I don't know about that one. But totally Oxy. 100%. I'll go to the... I'll fight... I'll die on that hill for that one. How do you so quickly pass mobs? Yeah, pretty much. I kind of... Number one, you look for auras. And you look for the monsters being different colors. And you know if it's a champion that way or not. So if you come down here and you see an aura, you know there's probably a champion there. Or if you see a monster that's like, you know, bright, like blue or green like this, you know that's a champion. So that's kind of just what I'm looking for. Every once, it's not 100%, but that's like in the 90s. So yeah, it's up there. It's usually always right. Yeah, Anthony says Spearazon awesome, just slow telly. Yeah, that's why I don't use Amazon very much, because of the slow telly. It's just, I don't know the actual like literal percent less efficiency that it causes, but it's just is painful on my brain to teleport that slow. So. So unless you're running, like I said, Chaos Sanctuary or cows or something, you know, you don't really have to teleport a lot with stuff like that, and there's not like walls in your way that you got to get through or past that teleport can really save you, or stuff like that. And you can obviously get around it by, you know, even just teleporting once in a while when you need to jump walls and stuff like that, but or having something on swap for teleporting, pulling off your call to arms, throwing a teleport staff on swap. But yeah, I don't want to have to do none of that stuff. Get him. Take that. Oop, get back here. Boy, I feel like I'm getting hit up pretty hard here. I still kind of can't believe, actually. I do need to do an Amazon pretty soon here, so maybe I should do a Spearazon. Since I found those 220s the other day, huh? Glibber's talking about trying to get the audio to look right, jiggle the handle and adjust the antenna. Yeah, that always works, right? Scaramanga, welcome in there. Duck season. Yeah, saying Oculus. That's why it's Aki. Never pronouncing Aki. Just like a. Oh, I just had the one in my head that everyone pronounces. That kind of disproves that. Oh shoot, what is it now? Well, can't remember. Never mind. I hate when you have something perfectly on the front of your brain, ready to come off the tip of your tongue, and you can't remember it now. Anyways. I'll blame it on chat, I guess. ATX said he's getting like 35 FPS, even with it on super low settings. Boy, I don't know. That's I don't know about that low. So you're running it on like a real old laptop or something. I haven't adjusted any of the stuff like that or even looked into it since the game came out, so it's hard for me to even remember. Maybe it's, I'm trying to think. Oh, check, is your frame cap rate? If it's like 35, if this is capped at 35, it'll just be 35 there and like the frame rate target. Yeah, and I'd even just keep mine because of my computer. I've been trying to have mine settings actually lowered ever so slightly to make up for some of the computer issues I've been having, which I need to take care of, but I'm worried about changing, just like my audio, changing one setting and it messing everything up and making my stream not as good. So one day I'll get around to it. Give it frame rate on highest. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure then. Oops. It might sound like counterintuitive, but I would try capping your frame rate at like 60 and seeing what happens with that. But sometimes the lighting settings can change it, but it's impossible to say for sure. Oh, sorceress. There you go. Sorceress, but everybody calls it a sorc, of course. S-O-R-C. Because you pronounce the words based upon the letters you have. That's the one I was thinking of before. That's the one. But it's definitely Ogre for sure, though. That's the main one I want to stress. Ogre is 100% the way to pronounce that one. That's the main thing. Don't forget to hydrate, yeah. The thing, too, is I'm not going to do any more of those 3-hour treadmill streams either. I'm going to do like 1 hour, call it a day. Just getting some extra steps in or whatever. I literally think undiagnosed from the doctor or anything, but I'm almost positive from everything I've been reading, I literally gave myself turf toe. From probably a combination of, now that I look at it and everything, I think I maybe wasn't tying my shoes tight enough. Well, in combination with a few different things, and just walking for so long. Because some days I literally was doing like 3 hours on the treadmill after I'd already walked for like 45 minutes to the gym. 270. Hold up, let me look at that real quick. In the next game. That looked interesting. Who's going to be my keepers? I think my keepers, Fred, are actually incredibly obvious ones on my keeper team. So Bijan Robinson, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas Jr. My other options are, see, look at this, interesting. 278. So if you're a physical trap assassin, right? 2 to Death Century, Wake of Inferno. So Death Century is the corpse explosion one. Wake of Inferno, so if you're a fire trap assassin, you got the corpse explosion with the physical too, right? It's kind of an interesting role, but they don't really work together very well, huh? Interesting, but they don't work together very well. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'll throw it on the ground if someone's like, oh, you're an idiot, that's worth 700 jobs if you were online or something. Maybe I'll pick it up, but I don't think so. Don't think so. Couple works out for me. Yeah, the other, did it just go to, it's cows, isn't it? Yeah, we'll stick with this stuff here. Yeah, what were my other options? So it is Pacheco. See, I got rid of him. The other people are way lower, I believe. It's like DJ Moore. I don't even remember. I was so set on those guys that I don't even remember the other people. Which I think all of those people are literally, they're like projected first round picks next year almost. Maybe second. Depending. I would say Bijan first for sure, and maybe the other two second. Hard to say though. We'll see when it gets around to it. Oh, speaking of Ogre, let's go. Let's grab those. Hey. Oh, what am I doing? Speaking of Ogre, check the boots real quick. No good. But steel rends are a little bit rare, right? A little bit rare, right? 55. Not a perfect roll on him, so not a huge deal, I guess, but kind of cool. Unless you got Jaden Daniels. Yeah, he would probably be a keeper, I guess. It's always tough keeping a quarterback over like a young, like stud wide receiver or running back, though, just because like if Bijan, well, Bijan's Bijan, you got to keep him. He's like projected to be the top 3 pick this season. Neighbors, hard to say what's going to happen there, but he could turn into the next Jefferson or something, like literally. So, you know, if you want to be that guy who didn't keep Jefferson. But quarterbacks are rarely like the career fantasy football goats, from what I see anyways. My like they could be winning a ton of championships, i.e. Mahomes or Brady or something, and also be someone you don't really care if they're on your team or not. Like a fantasy football quarterback could be like the GOAT and put up the same points as Bo Nix every season, you know what I mean? In fantasy. That's one position where fantasy football and real football like split off more than most other positions, I think. A lot of times. There's always, you know, good players and bad teams, right? But Brian Thomas going in the first round, top 6 pick, you believe? Gotcha. I haven't quite yet dove too far into fantasy football stuff yet, but I have actually watched a couple of way too early fantasy football videos, so I had been hearing them both. Like, some people have Brian Thomas. A lot of people have, like, Neighbors Thomas, like, up there. I thought it was top wide receivers, but maybe it was in the first round overall, too. But, yeah, next year, and the thing is, too, next year, I have an extra first round pick, so if I don't do better next year and like actually cash, it's like my own damn fault. I have like 3 potential like picks that would be in the top almost 12, and like no excuses. I just suck at fantasy football literally if I don't get it next year. So I'm gonna have the number see, how is this going? I got the number 3 overall pick, and I have the number like 6 overall pick, and I have those 3 as keepers. So I very well could get like My next picks would be like Drake London. Not for sure, but I'm just throwing out like a for instance, like Drake London. I'm not even sure who else, because I would already have 3 wide receivers at that point. Maybe even just take another wide receiver and then don't take another wide receiver the rest of the draft, right? Just have 4 like absolute studs and then just stack up like 7 running backs. Who knows? First time seeing the stream. Appreciate welcome in there, Ice Tari, I think. Can't wait to hear you say Ogre. Welcome in, welcome in. Jamador, yo, love the pit runs. Tyraels today, yeah. There's a 100% chance that there's a chance that I find Tyraels Might today. Yep. Don't think about it too hard, it makes sense. Oh, Elrune. Man. I don't usually do chest flies. And like 2 days ago, I did chest flies on my chest day. Because just I wanted to do like a different exercise I don't normally do. Just lightweight, but I like really concentrated, you know, on the flex and stuff. And my right pec has been like twitching nonstop ever since I did that. I'm actually like sore again. Crazy. Just some lightweight pec flies. I don't want to, you know, first time doing an exercise or anything. Plus pec flies you don't really want to go too heavy, I think anyways. My sweet Phil expert opinion. Jaden because of the rushing upside. Yeah, I would definitely, I bet you Jaden will, the guy who has Jaden Daniels, I wanted to take Jaden Daniels last year, but I did that so stupid thing and took Anthony Richardson in like the 3rd or 4th round or whatever, when I told myself I wasn't going to take a quarterback until later. Like Jaden Daniels was like the guy that I was going to wait and take later. And then I didn't because I deviated from my plan. And boy, I definitely would have done way better if I would have not done what I did. But anyways. Fred said he needs weights again. Yeah. And speaking of, I think I've been feeling great the last few days. So I think the working out and walking on the treadmill and stuff's really actually been doing some of the stuff that they say that, you know, you'll feel better if you work out. I'm actually getting enough working out in, I think. Today I'm kind of tired. I didn't sleep very good last night for some reason, but just in general, having a few days where I haven't felt bad has been great. I've actually just like been sitting there like, wait a second, my head doesn't hurt. I feel just like content sitting here. Like I'm not in any sort of pain or anything. This is weird. Like, what is going on? Old people, am I right? Old people. Jamador said, found Fizzy Sunday, made my Enigma, traded pull. Nice. Making some moves there, getting some better gear, I'm assuming. Nice, Jamador. Congrats. Stream when I'm heading into bed. Turvis, what's going on? Off to bed, huh? We'll have a nice sleep. Unfortunately, my stream must not be a good time for you, but maybe you'll catch me on one of the other ones. Thanks for hopping in for a second anyways. How old is Sweet Phil? 38. 38. Speaking of how old I am, though, yeah, true story. I was like just beard trimming it up, and I was looking, I was like, oh my gosh. It's like 50% gray now. Old people. Old people. Is there only 2 champs down here? I shouldn't have teleported around that way, maybe. I don't know. Jacob said, I just got here, but he relates. Was about to say 30. What? Look at this guy sucking up to the streamer already. Jacob, there's no way. No, I'm just joking. Appreciate it. But honestly, though, like, when I'm out and about in the real world, I feel like at every point of my life, I've literally always looked exactly my age. Like, literally anybody could look at me and, like, when I was like 20 years old, I could go to the bar. If I was 20 years old and 364 days old, I'd go to the bar and they'd be like, dude, you're like 20. Let me see your ID. And I'm like, what the? I mean, not that I ever tried that or anything. But, never would do that. But yeah, I just always look exactly my age. It's, I don't know, weird. See, Turvis saying at 31, if it doesn't get the 8 hours of sleep, he's done for. Yeah, that's another one of the things I need to concentrate on. See, for me, my problem is I always think like, oh, I'm not gonna fall asleep, so why would I go to sleep right now, you know? And then I end up staying up even later, and I get even less sleep, you know. So it's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah. That's what I do. Skunk, yo, hark the pits. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Michael said he's doing D2R hardcore pit runs. That's why he's gray. Yeah. Oof. I can see hardcore doing that to a person. Yeah, Fred saying the same thing. Yeah. Hardcore play will get you. Yeah, that's see, I don't really like adding stress onto my life, right? That's what I was talking about gambling the other day. Me and my wife went to the casino to celebrate her birthday. It was a little bit ago, but it's the first time we could really had a chance to do it, I guess. And I was like, this is just more stressful than it is fun. I was literally sitting there playing bubble craps, and I was like, well, I'm just down a little bit now. I actually like lost almost $100 just instantly, and then I won it back. And then I was like, yeah, this isn't fun. I'm just more stressed out than I am enjoying this, so I'm just gonna stop playing. My wife's like, okay. Fred said it looks younger when he shaves. Try some of that Just for Men stuff in there. Then you get that Ryan Day looking beard, huh? Just jet black, like your skin underneath your beard is stained from the stuff and younger when you lose. Diablo 2 keep you young, huh? Why is there no champs anywhere? Am I going crazy? One? There can't be one. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. Could be. Turvis saying he's got different schedules at work. Work schedules, I see. How much MF, Alberts? A little over 700 on this character. It's like 730. This is one of those characters you really stack it up, and then it's very specific for doing very specific things. Don't ask me to run Ubers with this character or anything. Gee, Stacks, what's going on? Caveman, what's going on? Welcome in. Fred says he's got an 11, 13-year-old. He's earned his gray hairs. Yeah, sometimes I stop. When I first had my daughter, I remember thinking like, yeah, I seem so much younger than I remember my parents being when I was a kid. And now she's like, you know, as old as I would be when I actually started remembering stuff. And I'm like, oh boy, I'm starting to look a lot older, ain't I? One thing about her getting older that really made me feel good the other day, actually, just completely random thought I had, so I'll just go ahead and spit it out. Because I go to the gym, like, pretty regularly. 3, 4, 5 days a week. The wife does too and stuff. And she was like, she was talking about when she's old enough, when she starts going to the gym, as if it wasn't even like an option. She was just like, oh yeah, when I get older and start going to the gym, I'm going to do this and this. Like it was just a foregone conclusion. I was like, you know, just the fact that I was doing something that was like good for you, and that it's already like going in your mind like, oh, exercise and stuff, good. That's just what you do. It's not like I need to choose to decide to go to the gym. It's just, that's what life is. That is what you do, you know? Because there's some other things like that that don't turn out as good. Like when my daughter would be like, I was like, I gotta take back all these cans, and she's like, oh, taking back all your beer cans? And I'm like, I'm about to smack you, kid. Duck season, yeah, top-notch caster frames. You ain't wrong. That's what the teleport and the Horkin. It's great. Albert's over on Twitch with that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much for that Jeff Bezos subscription. I always say it, don't let Jeff Bezos keep that. That's money you can take from Jeff Bezos and give to anybody, any streamer. Doesn't have to be me. But just don't let him keep it. I don't care about your creed, religion, political affiliation. Don't let Jeff Bezos keep that money. Give it to a streamer somewheres. Nablal? Nublal. I think. Sorry on the pronunciation there if I'm not on point. But welcome in. Yeah, and do forgive me. This character is one of the harder ones to read comments and to play at the same time. So, as always, I try to keep up, but you know how I am. Diadem. If I had one more magic find, we could have had a Griffin's right there. Allegedly. Bezos named his company after a Diablo 2 class. Interesting. I never knew that's how he got the name. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Makes sense though. Build for today, Pitzerker. So just a berserk barb that's just kind of specialized for elite sniping, and then find iteming those said elites. One more champ over here. Benjay saying her sister's having a kid soon. Congrats to them.
Greetings.
And congrats to you on becoming an uncle, maybe a re-uncle. Maybe you're already uncle, but either way, congratulations. Galback, yo! Welcome in. Best husband in the world? What? Listen to this. I wasn't sure. Yeah, so she forgot her lunch. She's saying that because she forgot her lunch today, and I took it to work for her. But no problem, darling. Oh yeah, by the way, anyone who doesn't know, Galback is my wife, by the way. Galback. Oh, that's hilarious. Boy, another bone snap. Look at that. Yeah, Galback gonna make me blush. Too late. I was blaming on the, I'm so tired from the exercise. Actually, that probably makes me sound worse. I'm walking at 2 miles an hour. I better not be getting red in the face. But yeah. Oh, Figlet over on Twitch. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub.
What's up, Phil, my man?
Just noticed Twitch Prime sub, but not just the normal one. 15 months. 15 months of Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, Figlet. You Slayer. Appreciate you. Oop. What am I doing here? Got a little lost on the buttons for a second there. Good, perfect. Gloomy says a like button smash. Appreciate you. Yeah, fellas, don't forget YouTubers, hit that like button for me. Oh, wow. My pec up here almost cramped. Like my upper pec muscle. Wow. I can feel it starting to cramp and I have saved it. Oh, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I haven't done pec flies in so long. It's real sore. Phil's better 3/4, Silva says. Oh, boy. Not even better half. Oh, my gosh. It's so crazy. What have I done? It's not like hurt. It just keeps hurting. It feels like it's just about to cramp all the time. Very strange. 9 Inch Nails tickets, DMC says. Nice, nice. Congrats on that. G-Stacks, I'll do what I want. This is my stream. I do what I want. Offhanding a Rune Slayer. So it's a Rune Master. Yeah, someone asked me what I was using. I got a Grief and a Rune Master. So the Rune Master, I got 5 Ist runes in. It also has cannot be frozen. So that way you can free up the belt slot. For Arachna's Mesh, you get an extra skill on your find item. Among everything else, that is. You get the FCR to get to the 105 easy that way. There's a lot of different things you could do with the gear. This way, yeah, I don't have to have a Trang's belt on. Ravenfrost says cold damage. You want to avoid cold damage as much as possible. Usually, for the most part. Oh, I didn't even see that. Nobody told me? Come on. Oh. Nine-inch nails tickets not quite as good as 10-inch nails. Yeah, 10 inches is better than 9 for sure, Fred. Right? Wait. Don't clip that. DP wants a shout out for Addie. Yo, daughter turning 8 years old today. Addie, happy birthday. A huge 8 years old. I'm gonna drink more water. Elbers, yeah, totally got videos about this build. Sometimes I have a slightly different gear on, ever so slightly. Sometimes it'll be dual Hotos, a 20 FCR amulet or something, you know. Maybe I'll swap things around a little bit differently, but I don't remember when I did the video if I had a 6-isted crystal sword or if I had the Rune Master on, to be perfectly honest. I usually try to shout out different gear options along the way too, though. But you never know. It's hard to remember everything when you're making a video, right? Everything. Happy B-Day, Little Slayer. A lot of happy birthday shout outs for Addie there. Hydrated, eat banana. Yeah, the hydrated thing is probably the truest one. I've seen a few people shout that out. And yes, just yesterday, because we were like busy or whatever, I just didn't really think about it. I didn't really drink as much, and then I don't like drinking a lot before I go to bed. I guess, you know. I mean, I guess I always end up doing it, but like I don't like drinking a lot of water and stuff just before I go to bed. Even though, like I said, I usually end up doing it anyways because I'm just like sitting there and I'm like thinking about how I'm thirsty now. But when you're like busy, you're not thinking about how you're thirsty. So I almost need to like just have an alarm clock and like, oh, it's this time, and drink it. So I mean, I do have an app that kind of actually has that on it, but I don't use it. It's like a calorie tracking app that I just use it once in a while. It's like every once in a while I track my calories for a day or two just to kind of reset my view, like estimation of calories, you know. So Jimmy covered it. No, you're all good. Just jumped in. The first thing you heard, yeah, it's chat's fault anyway, so I was adjusting something real quick. Where are we at here? Oh. Boy. Could really go for a Tyrell's Might about now. I guess I should find. I think these can end up being good if they roll super insane skills and increase attack speed. If I remember correctly. Best mod on rare jewels. The best rare jewels a lot of times don't end up being valuable, but like fire res with other things can end up being good. Oh, Shaco. Because the main thing that I see the average person making up on jewels is the fire res on Indaro's Visage or something. Besides that, most of the time rare jewels, and this is a little bit outside my expertise, but from what I understand is most rare jewels that are really valuable are actually going to end up being for like mid-level and like low-level dueling. Because people would more so want like 40-15s for the high-level stuff, and I think the most you can get on a rare jewel enhanced damage-wise is 30. But I seem to remember something about dueling where they can end up being more valuable. But yeah, like I said, not my strong suit on jewels, on rare jewel values. So that's the best I can do for you. But yeah, just for my own personal use, the only ones that I usually ever use are the fire res ones. So skipping Gen X, going straight to Boomer? No. I'm Gen Phil. Prefer this over suicide branches. So teleporting with suicide branches, you get one skill and one skill. Not to mention, well, yeah, you get one skill, and here you get three and three. So it's like it's better for battle orders. It's better for I mean you don't find item with it, but really it's just better for the battle orders and stuff. In general, yeah, the Heart of the Oaks teleporting around. Not that it matters in this instance, but technically when you're teleporting around now, I have more survivability due to all the res I have on it. And, you know, like 240 res Heart of the Oaks. Ho-Toes. Everyone calls them Ho-Toes, right? Ogre-X. But yeah, I do prefer this way than the... I've kind of had a lot of people kind of comment on that on my videos recently. Some nicer than others, but that they think that dual suicide branches is better than dual Heart of the Oaks for some reason. I don't fully know why, but a lot of people agree with you on that. that they... actually, you didn't say that you think it's better. You just asked if that's what I was doing, or if I prefer that. So I shouldn't assume anything. Two weeks to get a water routine? I mean... Water routine, huh? I never thought about it as a water routine. Pretty much it goes, the less busy I am, the more water I drink. Trash Gen Phil sounds like an STD you might. Come on. Come on. Oop. 963 LK runs to find a Sir. Farm for another or just make a bramble? I would try to get another one. You broke the dry spell, so that means another one's right around the corner. If anything, if you're worried about it, I would just like reset the maps, re-roll new maps maybe. But definitely that's the fastest and most consistent way to do it. Waters for noobs. Oh, I forgot it. Actually, I spoiled myself today. I did actually buy myself a Gatorade. I was like, you know what, Phil? You deserve it. Live a little. Grab the Gatorade off the shelf at Aldi. YOLO! Drink that Gatorade. Speaking of, I might go grab that in a second. How many accidents have happened from divers sneezing? I don't know. I'm pretty sure those regulators are, and I don't know, I'm sure you're joking, of course, but those regulators, even if they come out of your mouth, you can put them back in your mouth, and then you can shoot all the water out. But yeah, I could see that being traumatic, especially depending on like how deep you are, for sure. You could like freak out. Oh, Ray's saying he's rocking hell difficulty right now. -50 lightning res in Act 2. Getting those beetles, I'm guessing, huh? Hell stinks. Yeah, it can be tough. Yeah, that's where you got special gear for each act. Going into Act 2, you slam in a like 4 or 3 Ort runes in a helm. It's like, oh, we're going in Act 4 now. Slamming in 3 rals into a helm, get the fire res. Is socket the suicide branches to hork that way? Yeah, I have seen that before, and I actually have done that before, actually, back when you like don't have the gear to do the stuff you want to. But yeah, because actually before, if you had the Rune Master on this hand, I know it's behind the chat here, but the attack speeds would be messed up because there was that attack speed bug or whatever, but they fixed it. So now you can have 2 different weapons. The attack speed goes off of the one in your main hand, or the one you're using. So now we can kind of do this one, right? So I would say maybe I do like faster horking. I mean, who doesn't, right? But see, that's the one thing that hurts you once in a while. I have Fortitude on him, and I could take it off. I thought about it, but I didn't feel like taking the time. Just lazy. Every once in a while, the chilling armor from Fortitude shatters something. The thing is, he doesn't need fortitude really that much at all. So I was thinking about taking it off, but then I was thinking about not taking it off. Also, this might be the last day that I use this character, so I didn't really want to spend the time to go. I guess it would just take like literally 1 minute, wouldn't it? Maybe I should just go grab myself a treachery and call it a day. After a week of using this character this way. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. There's probably one here. Start changing the honor on him. Sure. Res, life leech. Damage to demons and undead, which everything in there is demons and undead. Let's do that. Genius, Phil. It's not a... I think I got an ethereal one somewhere. Oh, it's probably on my... it's probably on my mercenary for my D2 Karen. Oh, Fred, maybe I missed the context. I didn't realize... I thought you were just saying something ridiculous. I didn't know that there was a... Is there something about this diver sneezing that are like, I missed something. Dual suicide branches don't have skills. Doesn't suicide branches have 1 to skills, right? They're one to all skills, 50 FCR, and then like... Do they have 10 all res on them, maybe? Or maybe I'm making that up. I don't remember. Said the driver like a car. I'm sorry, Fred. I missed. Oh, I wonder how many. Oh, sorry. I missed your comment from before. I'm a dummy, Fred. Yeah. How many accidents from a person sneezing? Yeah, I've almost been in accidents from sneezing before. That probably happens all the time. To be perfectly honest. I bet you there's like, in the United States, there's probably 15,000 accidents caused by sneezing every year. I wouldn't even doubt that being a false number. Almost an hour. I am feeling okay, but I did set a limit on the walking to 1 hour. Yeah, in a little bit here, I'll call it a day on the walking. I don't want to overdo it. It's better to walk an hour every day than to walk an hour one day. Or walk 3 hours one day, and then your foot hurts you for a week, so you do less. 192 calories already. Man, I'm probably so skinny. I didn't see how long it said. I think I started this, so it says 50 minutes because I stopped it for that one time, didn't I? Boy, so let's see. This is going to be the first week with no NFL in a while, huh? Or it's the Pro Bowl, but yeah, there's no actual football this weekend, so devastating. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'll figure something out. With spikes on the offhand says spring heal. Yeah, definitely not bad. I use those for a while too. They're definitely, depends what you got, I suppose. The one reason people, I think, don't they have higher requirements? Sometimes people don't like putting, depends on how you're building your character, but some people don't like putting the extra dex points. I think the whiz spikes have like 100 dex or something requirement. Don't remember for sure. personally, when I do my Zerker, I actually put points in the decks to get the so you land as many swings as possible. You never want to miss, because that's the main thing. It only takes one hit, so putting more strength, like, what's that really doing for you? One hit kills the monster, right? So, chores, says Fred. Ugh. Quiet down. Don't let Gelbeck hear you say that. Trash said he burst his inner ear while diving years ago. That sounds absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, look at all them dex points I got to make sure I get 95% chance. That's up there. Oh yeah. Where's my gold at? I'm completely full of gold, it looks like, essentially. You know what that means? Time to gamble. For Cheerios Might. So, I'm not gonna go get an edge bow though, because it sounds like a lot of work. And also, I'm probably not gonna go. But Cheerios Might probably coming right now, guaranteed. Yeah, Whiz Spike gloves would be great. Good point. Good call. So we got the Jeeds. Vendor price reduced to 11. It's only 11, huh? Yeah, whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Trust me, this is the best thing you can do with your money, by the way. It's the best thing possible. Duck says that's 75 decks on the Whiz Spike. Sorry, there you go, there you go. So yeah, it depends on the person if there's somebody who's a dexterity enjoyer or not. I am a fan of dexterity for this particular build. Since, yeah, like I said, extra strength adding to extra damage doesn't do a whole lot. Survivability, I have 3k life, so who cares at that? Just running only the pits. If I was running a different location, I'd maybe think differently, but man, no Cheerios Might yet. This is weird. It's very strange. So you can gamble 6 Cheerios Mites with Edge is too much work. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So as soon as I'm done gambling here, I'm going to turn this treadmill off. To be honest, I wasn't paying attention. I stepped funny a couple times there. My toe started hurting already, so. Old people. I stepped funny, my toe hurts. All one ornate. Man, what? No Cheerios Might? This is unbelievable. Biff says he was behind on the stream. No! Devastating. Just devastating. Ah. Turn treadmill off. Get this unplugged real quick. That easy. Maybe I'll just stand up for a minute. I haven't just stood while I was playing in a while. Yeah, we got this ready to go. Yeah, no Cheerios yet, unfortunate. Why do I want Cheerios so bad? It's the only unique item I've never found in my entire life, that's why. It's the only unique item I've never found before. Ever. Never, ever, ever. Never. Ever. Which is ridiculous. I hear you, Raced, yeah. The dreaded sleeping injury when you're old. Devastating. Dreaded. Don't you require dex for faceblade anyways? True story. True story. Yeah, maybe I think I was overlapping my I was overlapping some information there. I was thinking of, instead of why people would use suicide branches instead of whiz spikes, I was thinking of the reason why people don't want to use whiz spike on a sorceress. So I was getting my information mixed up in my head there, actually. But yeah, I think people usually go with suicide branches. They do have lower requirements, but you get the extra skill on them that you don't get on a whiz spike, I guess would be the reason people want to go with those. Boy. Oh, Trash, thank you for the $5 super chat.
Donated $5 Canadian through super chat. No football this weekend. Good time to work on Sweet Bill Coffee Cup.
Still haven't done that. I suppose I gotta set that alarm, get up nice and early, work on the coffee cup. Trash, thank you so much for the $5 super. Ooh. Lone Sock, the devs should toss me a Tyro's Might to hype the Diablo 2-2. Oh man, how hype would Diablo 2-2 be? D2R22. I could totally go for Diablo 2-2. There you are. See, sometimes there's a champ up here. Depends on the time of day. G-Stex idiot cramp while he's getting out of bed. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm trying to stay healthy here in my elderly age. Really gotta, like I say every stream though, I gotta work on the diet. Diet, diet, diet. I can't eat 2,000 calories for every meal. And then eat like 2,000 calories for like a snack at night. And then drink 2,000 calories of beer. That's what gets you. Hobbling around like a pirate. Nice. A sweet Phil tumbler. Ooh. I could do that, but I don't know if they would be dishwasher safe. I think maybe I could do that, but you'd have to hand wash it. I need to get up the selling mechanism. Or I don't know, maybe I could look into one of these print on demand places again. The one I was using before, I just got so unhappy with the quality of the stuff, and who knows, maybe it's better now. But there was just some instances of bad quality, and I didn't want people purchasing like shirts and stuff, and like it's just super garbage quality, you know, like I'm not trying to get people, you know, I'm not trying to get any of the viewers and stuff, or, you know, any y'all legends to buy something that's like obviously like subpar quality, like something I wouldn't be happy if I bought it and like, oh cool, I support the guy, but yeah, this, you know, and he doesn't make the shirts, but like this is like a garbage t-shirt, like great. So I didn't want to and good old ancient armor again. Yeah, but now I'm at the point where I just haven't been taking the time to set it up. I just gotta set it up. Just gotta set it up. Pathless says I should try the well-done steak diet, right? You eat less calories because you're chewing for so long. Your jaw gets too tired, and then... Of course I'm joking. I've been known to be a well-done steak enjoyer once in a while. No, but about the well done steak thing, I just say that well done steaks aren't as bad as everyone makes it sound. It's not the preferred way, but is it really that bad? It's not too bad. Ray says, never had a dishwasher? Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I didn't have a dishwasher till I was like 28. But now it's way cooler. Way cooler. Toy Gun, welcome in. Fred says, nothing like waking up and getting a cramp instantly. Not such a revolting feeling. Yeah, I usually don't get them right after I wake up. I mean, every once in a while you'll wake up in the middle of the night with a cramp, but I don't know, I'm good to go in the morning. Maybe I'm not as old as I thought I was. Maybe. How long you been trying to find Tyrell's Might? Tyrell's Might has been the last item on my Holy Grail for like, probably like a year. But I've been doing this Holy Grail for like over 3 years. So, combination of unfortunate luck and it being an incredibly rare item. With that being said, I did literally the last stream I did, I just found my first pair of 220 rare Java gloves on single player as well. So, you know, sometimes when you can't, you might not even think about it when you're online, but when you're offline and you literally have to find every item yourself, you start to realize, like, wait a second, I have not found a single one of these ever? That's crazy. What's the second most rare? Oh boy, I'd have to check. I just did a video about that not a few months back. Is it D-Web? I think it's D-Web, but I could be wrong. Small says you gotta reverse psychology it, huh? Reverse psychology it. Just thinking about it. Crypto says it's D-Web, but should be Mang Songs, huh? Biv, oh my gosh, on top of things over here. Holy smokes. Appreciate you. Appreciate ya. Ah. Bib, a top increases pay. All right, yeah, sounds good. So Bib, your pay is officially doubled. Not no little increase. We're doubling the pay. What, Duck? Come on. Shh. D-Web, William says he hasn't found Tyrell's, D-Web, and Snow Clash. Nice.
I can't carry.
Yeah, that's one of those weird luck things right there. That's one of those weird lucks. Zephanex saying loves the steak debate. Rather eat jerky than a well-done steak. Boy, I don't know what cheap cuts of meat you people are eating that if it's well done, it's inedible. Really don't know. Like if you're buying like a beef chuck roast and you're like slicing a slice off of it and like, there's my steak. And like, oh, well done, look how chewy it is. Or like you have like a flank steak and you cook it just to well done. But yeah, I don't know. You just have some little like regular steak that you accidentally overcook, and you're like, oh man, I overcooked it. Crap. You're of course gonna eat it anyways. It's like, yeah, it's, you know, it is what it is. That must be what it is. Must be what it is. Lone Sock, buy beef, cook beef, eat beef. What's the issue? Right? No, it is quite the controversial topic around here. When I say I don't want the steak well done, but if it is, I can still eat it. Chat's like, what? How do you not throw up and then just like pass out if you're eating a well done steak? Oh my gosh. I'm like, well, it's not how I want it, but I mean, I'm not gonna throw it away if I accidentally overcooked it. Like, it's not like I'm like the best griller of all time. I don't know. This is Casey. Yeah, G-Sec's a blue rare enjoyer. That's another controversial topic. If I had to choose between blue rare and well done, I would choose well done. A piece of meat that's still cold inside, I mean, I don't know about that. I can't do that. Can't do it. Cold raw meat. But, you know, each their own, I guess. I don't have to eat it, so what you gonna do? Steak poll. We all know it's gonna win there already anyways. Well done. Oop. For sure, Sock, for sure, yeah. Everyone eats whatever they want to. See, it's hard to decipher from my end too, because obviously, like, half the people are joking, or are at least half joking, but some people just lose their minds about it. But obviously, I can't tell who's being sarcastic. Sarcasm is really hard to read through text. Very hard, unless it's someone who's in chat every single day. Then I can kind of tell. Type into chat. G-Sex says type into chat so I can time you out for being wrong. Can you do that? I wonder if you could time me out. I never thought about that. Could my mods time me out in my own chat? Would it let them do that? Can't see what's going on here. Okay. Guess we'll just fork them, call her a day, finally got rid of it. I mean, I could do a steak pull. I'd just have tons of interaction on it, wouldn't it? Tons. No, I've done all this in the past. Done the stake polls. Done the let's talk about it in chat for the interaction. We ain't gonna do it. Oh, Biv said he tested it in G-Stack stream already. Ah, gotcha. Nice. Speaking of interaction on the stream, though, YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Much appreciated. Between Twitch and YouTube, the two streams, we got 222 between the two, so it's a lot of twos. But yeah, make sure you hit the like button there on YouTube for me. Please. Please. Bad scenario with the stake poll. I mean, everyone just click a button. It's not gonna. It wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't do like a live. Everyone type into chat what you think about this. Viper. So this build you just used on players 1 difficulty. Only got half as many likes as people watching right now. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I'm sure everybody just forgot. That like's gonna be coming in any second now. Oh, thank you for the $10 super chat.
Jan has donated 10 Bulgarian levs and 99 stotinkas through super chat. Cool found a colored like button.
Appreciate you for the 10 Bulgarian monies super chat. Yeah, what did that say? The Bulgarian something and something something is what the money's called? That's very interesting monetary right there. Very interesting. But yeah, thank you for the super chat. And yeah, also, good point. Hit the like button. Trying to find Tyrell's Might on P1. So Tyrell's Might, this sounds strange. If you didn't know, Tyrell's Might in a non-terrorized zone, the drop rates are the same, regardless of players count. So in this area, like this monster, all of these monsters right here, they cannot drop Tyrell's Might. Only this one can. That's why I howl these away, and then I kill this one. Because none of the other ones can drop Tyrell's Might. Howl them away, and kill only this one. And then item find that one and move on. So, yep. Twinkle, yeah, you can ask questions for sure. Really enjoyed the Oxy Ring video. Appreciate you, Doug. The Aki video. Currency, but not for too long, I guess. Euro is inbound, says DP. Gotcha. Interesting. That would be so strange, switching a country. Like, you've always used the same money in your country, and then you switch over to a different one. That'd be very crazy. Not like it's like the dumbest idea. I'm not saying that. It would just be like, whoa, you know. That's like, because I live in Michigan, so Canada's like right there. And if I ever go to Canada, even that is like confusing. When you get like Canadian money, just all this purple and green and yellow, like, and the money's like, it's paper money, but it's not like, it feels like little sheets of plastic. I haven't been to the bars in Canada in a long time, I will admit, but I can remember being a kid and you're like, oh man, I can't buy any more drinks. Like, all I have is like some change in my pocket. And then you pull the change out of your pocket in Canada and you're like, oh, I have $34. Okay, I guess I'm good. You got all these loonies and toonies in your pocket, which are like, you know, because in the United States, nobody really uses like dollar coins. But in Canada, they use them all the time, apparently. I don't know about now. This was, of course, like 20 years ago. So I am speaking from my boomer memory, so. Canadian Tire money? I don't think so. Duck says they still regularly use those dollar coins. Gotcha. Yeah, because in the United States, really, I mean, Almost nobody uses cash or any kind of money of any kind. It's just all card. Apple Pay. If someone pays with cash, everyone looks at them weird. Boy, if someone pays with a check nowadays, oh my gosh. You know, there's like some 85-year-old that like pays for the groceries with a check, and you're just like... Oh, Ruthless Wanderer Gaming coming in with a Slayer ship. A brand new Slayer. Welcome in. Thank you so much. With the D2 logo as the his icon too. Nice. Nice. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and welcome in. Welcome in. So Twitch is much smaller than like... So Twinkle Toes, if you didn't know, I actually dual stream on Twitch and YouTube, and I of course make YouTube videos. I would kind of assume you knew that, but maybe you didn't. It's definitely possible. I make like 1% on Twitch that I make on YouTube. Literally like 1% of what I make on YouTube. So maybe not literally 1%. I probably make 5% of what on Twitch of what I make on YouTube. Just an FYI. How many Templar Mites have I found? Probably like six to 8. I don't know exactly how many, but like 6 to 8. Cash in Canada it's how you hide your money from the tax man. Interesting. Okay. I mean, that kind of makes sense, sorta, but there's definitely instances where stuff like that is in cash. About the only things I think of that are only in cash, like if you're in a bowling league or something, everything's always in cash. Because, like, nobody wants to, like, get super lucky in bowling and win, like, $2,500 and have to pay taxes on it. I assume, anyways, is why it's like that. But, yeah. Also, just some random person walking around with, like, the Square app thing that, like, credit carding people would be ridiculous, to be honest. And that way you can pay people out, like, instantly. It's a multitude of reasons, but... Sleeveless shirt, always appropriate when rocking the pits. Ooh. Right? No, I was walking on the treadmill, and I actually get really hot in my basement walking on the treadmill. There's like no air moving and stuff, but then I hopped off because I didn't want to overdo it. I'm actually about to sit down because I don't really like just standing completely still like that. Drop the desk down here. Oh. Interesting, Lone Sock talking about the Canadian money or whatever being worth more in his country or whatever. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot too much about Canada, to be honest, besides going over the bar when I was like 19 and 20 and drinking. No. I was saying the people on Twitch are asking about YouTube compared to Twitch. No, I make, like, if I thought of the total amount of money I make to, like, support myself and my family, 95% of it comes from YouTube. And I get 5% of it from Twitch. I make almost nothing on Twitch, to be honest. Almost nothing. The total amount I make on Twitch could pay, like, my electric bill. Long weekend trip to the UP. Any tips or something? I'm gonna be honest. I have not gone to the UP. I've only been to the UP once in my entire life. Actually, it's actually so far away that it's pretty wild. From where I live, it's like a 6-hour drive from where I live to the Upper Peninsula. Like, I can almost get to, like, warm weather in the ocean in the same amount of time as it takes for me to drive to the UP. Like, driving up Michigan takes so long. Any good? 66 isn't bad. 15, 12, fine, I guess. They're okay. They're okay, so they're okay. I think we actually are maybe possibly, my wife mentioned it anyways, we might plan a trip to the UP this summer, actually, maybe. Possibly, maybe. It was just mentioned in a quick passing, but I was like, you know what? I kind of want to do that. Used to live in Wisconsin. They called the UP, cannot go on. You know what's funny? In the UP, one of my uncles lived in the UP, and it's like an uncle who's almost my age. He's only like 5 years older than me or something. He had some of his friends come down from the UP because he lived in the UP for like 5 years. Come down to where like I live and where he's originally from and stuff. And yeah, they literally talk with like a huge, you would just think they were Canadian. Legitimately. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Brother, uncle, cousin. I mean, yeah, he's my dad's half brother or whatever, so. I mean, he's my uncle, but I kind of just think of him as my cousin. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah, Skunk says Marquette, great place for first trip. I forget exactly where Marquette is at. What does this say? Let's look at the map. Yeah, just right up there, right in the middle. Boy, that would take forever. My God. For me to drive to Marquette, it would probably take like 10 hours. I could literally drive to Myrtle Beach in the same amount of time it would take me to drive to Marquette. Hold on. Let me look this up real quick. How long would it take me? Let me type it in over here and see what it says for how long it would take me. Boy, none of that worked out. Oh, never mind. It's not as far as I thought it was. I'm exaggerating. It's a roughly 7-hour drive from where I live to Marquette. And I live in Michigan. To drive to that's to the middle of the Upper Peninsula. Seven hours, not too bad. I mean, it's pretty bad. 7 hours is incredibly far. I mean, how bad it is of course just like an opinion, but like that's pretty far. It kind of depends on how you do it too, I guess, because anytime I think back in the past of any time I drive super far, it's always like I get out of work and I drive like 12 straight hours and we get there at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like that's how it's always been. So maybe it seemed even worse because of the circumstances. The last time I drove super far, which was to Myrtle Beach, that's what we did. I got up at 5:30 in the morning, worked all day, came home, got ready, ate real quick, and we left. So we left from Myrtle Beach at it was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Or maybe it was even like 7 o'clock in the afternoon. And we ended up getting there at like 9 o'clock in the morning the next day. And I like drove the whole time overnight. It was very, very rough. I knew it was going to be rough, but it was rougher than I even anticipated. Talking about the UP, is that Shipshay, I guess? Painted rock worth the visit. Yeah, I definitely know what that is. They put that on one of the giant America the Beautiful silver 5-ounce coins. I've actually never been up there, so. Ray says, if you really enjoy your car or motorcycle, it's fun. Yeah. It depends where you're driving, and the thing is driving up north, the drive is super boring too. After you get off of, I don't know, the roads up there are they're the type of roads when you get on them, and you just see as far, like, it's like up and down like this, and through, like, you know, and it's just like woods down either side. But when you get to the top of the hill and you look, you can just see the road go forever in an exact straight line. You know? It reminded me, like, when I was in Arizona, the roads were like that too. But in Arizona, it's a little different because when we were driving to, like, the Grand Canyon, it was like that. But it's all, there's no trees anywhere. There's not a tree anywhere. On the one road I'm thinking of anyways. You get to the top of that plateau or whatever, and it's perfectly flat, and there's no trees, and the road goes literally, you know, the road lines just literally go off into the distance as far as you can see till it disappears in a dead straight line ahead of you. So it's not a fun drive. The thing is that on the way back from the Grand Canyon, we actually took a different route that took longer, and we were almost late for one of the things we were signed up to do or whatever we were supposed to do. But the drive was so much better. It was like through like 9 different terrains. We drove like through these mountains, through this like forest reservation or whatever, and then like sidewind, like switch back down these hills, and it was kind of crazy, but it was kind of entertaining, to be honest. But yeah. Duck said he did his 3rd LK run after dying. Vex rune. Nice, 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 nice. Running LK till you get Enigma. Do it. Toronto to Sault Ste. Marie and back. 11 hours, says Trash, huh? Crazy. Yeah, 11 hours. I don't know, because the thing is, too, I don't know how it would be if I woke up, casually got some coffee, you know, got ready, and then left, and then drove during the daytime. I don't think I've ever done that. Anytime we drive really far, it's always get out of work on Friday, or get out of work on Thursday, and you drive so that you can be there and be doing stuff the next morning, you know what I mean? So we'll drive until it's like, even if it's not 12 hours, we'll get out of work and leave at like 4 and get there at like midnight or 1, fall asleep, get up at 5 or 6 or 7, then get ready to be doing stuff. So because usually it always been like we can't take that many days off of work, or like, you know, if I take days off of work I don't get paid for it, so yeah, stuff like that. You drive to Myrtle Beach, just go to the Gulf. I feel like going down to the Gulf, it's like, that's like another, like, 8 hours of driving. I don't know for sure, I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of further. Chuck said he drove through Michigan quite a few times. It is boring. Yeah, especially those roads once you get north, like, and even just the rest of the way, even before that, it's just all expressway. There's nothing, I don't know. You could obviously plan out a more scenic route or whatever, but I do feel like it's not hating on Michigan or anything, of course, but I do feel like it's a kind of boring state to drive through. Yeah, Arsenal, uphill, downhill, pretty much. Pretty much. That's when you go down the hill, especially if you know there's another hill coming. You go like 140, and then you can coast up the hill halfway when you get there. Allegedly, I would never do that, but DP said he drove 17 hours one day, personal best. Yeah, no, I would never even attempt that. I would say, I don't know. I don't know if I'd even try 12 hours ever again. Maybe I would, but it would have to be like, get up. Like I said, get up and like the 12 hours of driving is the plan for the day. Would have to be the plan. I don't know about ever trying that. Obviously, my job's different now than it had ever been in the past, so I would never get out of work and go drive. But yeah, Wardbow, huh? Widowmaker. But yeah.
Whoop. It's locked.
It's locked. Actually, that's probably what I'll do. I've been talking about how I wanted to try Diablo 3 again since I haven't played it forever. I was just thinking this in my head. If I went on vacation again, I would probably... Maybe I'd fire up Diablo 3 on the laptop while I was on vacation and stream that a little bit. That's what I would do. The barb on beat with the metal. Nice. Oh, that was a perfect Widowmaker? I didn't even notice. I didn't think about it too much. Because it's like, it's one of those items that's sort of rare-ish a little bit, but it's not really, like nobody uses it, right? Really, that I'm aware of, but screw G3. See, I haven't played it since pretty much the day it came out. The first like month it came out, I haven't touched it, so I'll maybe try it sometime. Trash says drive across the Canadian prairies. Yeah, I guess it's not something that really crossed my mind, but yeah, I can see that being pretty boring. I would see that pretty much being exactly like when I was driving across Arizona. Just because in Arizona, those what do you call them? The up on top of the plateau or whatever in Arizona, it was pretty much a prairie, but the grass was all dry and dead, like it just almost never rained. But it was just all like knee-high grass everywhere that was just like yellow, like it hadn't rained in like a year. Laying of Hands, legendary. So it's probably pretty similar, but yeah, I kind of forgot about those. That one part of Canada that's like from like above Wisconsin and then like north, south, east, west of that, above like Montana and stuff, I think, right? We've been in Niagara Falls. We stopped in there one time when I was really young. I don't remember where exactly we were going, what we were doing and everything, but I was pretty young. Like, I barely remember. I pretty much don't remember it. So I must have been like 4 or 5 or something, or 6 maybe. Maybe I could have been 6 and I just barely remember it or something. Just found Dark Force spawn. Nice. Ryonet saying the cinematics best part of D3, huh? I don't remember a whole lot about it besides the bright colors, so. A Cappy saying it just rained for the first time in his city since August, and he lives in Arizona. So yeah, I will say too, when we went to Arizona, I mean, it was specifically Phoenix, but I assume it was the whole state. Phoenix had just broke the record for the most days over 100 degrees consecutively when we went to, but when we went, it was like the first time in over 100 days it had been under 100 degrees or something like that. So, and it was only under 100 for like 2 days. It was like 98 and then like 96, and then next day it was over 100 again. Put the hoodie on real quick. See. Trash just pulled up Myrtle Beach compared to Daytona, for example, for the different distances. Yeah, definitely anything in the double digits now that I'm like the age that I am. Probably just fly. Probably just fly. If it's in double digit drive time. Yeah, the thing with us, I kind of didn't mention this. The thing about us with our the UP thing that I was mentioning that maybe could possibly happen. I think we were gonna go camping like halfway up already, and then we might just take it a little bit further in a few more days, type of thing. Maybe it was just a plan, but I kind of want to do it and plan some stuff that I want to do. Kids are gonna be mad, but I want to do what I want to do. AK said he had 32 straight over 110. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's too much. It's too hot. Yeah, it is kind of true, like that not that when you're talking 110, but like the dry heat, it really honestly is a thing. I never really noticed because I never went to a place that was hot and dry like that. Like the only places I went that was like quote unquote hot would be like Florida and stuff, and other places that are kind of humid. But yeah, Arizona, like 98 in Arizona does not feel like 98 in Michigan. It really does not. 98 in Michigan, you're like dying. You don't even want to leave the air conditioning because you're dying. Arizona, if it's 98 and you're just like in the shade, you're like fine. I'll never forget, we were walking down this one sidewalk and there was like rows of like young trees. So it was just like shade, and then there was like sun, and then shade, and then sun. And I was walking and it was like, oh, it was like walking the shade, and it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then you step in the sun and I'm like, ah, and then into the shade again. I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. Into the sun again, ah. And I was like, holy crap, that sun is wild. Like that was in Arizona I'm talking about. Camping for the kids is great. Core memory. Kinda, yeah. The thing is that our camping looks worse in comparison because, like, a ton of people in my family have, like, these giant, like, campers and stuff. Like, my brother literally has this camper that's so huge that his friends who also have big campers call his camper the Taj Mahal. So in comparison, like, I have a tent. So in comparison, like, here's my tent with like a blown up air mattress in it, and then there's like these giant campers. So it doesn't seem as, you know, it's unfortunate. But also, part of that I mentioned, talking about the kids, the stepson is 19. Like, he'll probably be 20 by the time we go on this. So he's like an adult man. So it's a little bit different as well. Tyler's sweaty down in the pits. Yeah, it's getting hot in here. Not camping. Yeah, well, different things for different people, I guess, huh? I don't know. Link traveled all the way to Lutgallane. Gallane. Nice. Mario, welcome in. Don't understand the whole 100 degrees. 100 degrees is just it's just a point where people in the United, like, who use Fahrenheit, that's just hot, you know. We know it's hot. Plus, going to triple digits is just psychologically, like, just seems hot, right? $230. Late summer, best for the UP. Yeah, I don't remember. Sometime in July, I think we were thinking. I don't really know. I forget. But definitely just like a maybe type of situation. Not fully planned out or anything. In Canada, the water boils at 100. Man, those kami units are weird. I don't even remember what boiling is in Fahrenheit. And it's the temperature that we use. Is it 235? I don't know. The temperature for something to boil, it doesn't really affect your life in any way. 212. There you go. I knew it was around there. There's no time when you actually need to know the exact literal temperature that water boils at. You never need to know it. Unless you're like some kind of chemist or something. There's no reason. It's kind of a basic thing, but also it doesn't matter. I've never thought about it in my entire life outside of answering a question on a test. Minus 10 Fahrenheit on average? Minus 10 Fahrenheit, Duck, would be like... That's like 40 degrees below zero. Or that's like 40 degrees below freezing, I should say. That's like, for that to be the average temperature, that'd have to be like Antarctica, where you lived. I think you did a calculation wrong or something. Could be wrong, though. Oh my gosh! I'm trying to read the chat. It's like blowing up. I can't keep my eyes on the words as they're flying by. Yeah, I mean, I say stuff joking around. To be fair, Celsius is way easier to like wrap your head around, right? Celsius. Listen here, in America, we use them freedom units. That's for freedom. That C on the temperature. We all know that's commie units. It's of course better to use freedom units. Of course it is. Minus 20 Celsius equals what? I mean, that would be like... That'd be like minus 70 Fahrenheit or something. I'm not sure. Oh, Doc, you're talking this time of year. Oh, I thought you meant like the average temperature where you lived, like overall. I misunderstood. I don't know why I even thought that, because what you're saying makes way more sense. My bad. Can the champions drop Teal's Might? Yes, Caveman. Yep. That is my fault. I misunderstood for some reason. And what I thought would just be nonsense for someone to think. Oopsie. Anthony's like, wait, you mean to tell me you don't measure the water temperature with a thermometer when you boil it to cook noodles or something? Awkward. I actually don't. Obviously joking. But, also, Caveman, the thing I will mention here, one second. When you say champion, I will admit, I always forget which monsters are elites and which ones are champions and which ones are uniques. I always forget which name goes to what. I know what a super unique is, so I guess the unique monsters can drop Teal's Might, and I think actually the champions cannot. Because I think the champions, if I'm remembering, those are the ones that just have the same name but they're different colored. Those ones are going to be drop level 86 items, and the uniques are going to drop. This one right here is a unique that just got killed. Drops the 87 items. So this one right here could drop Teal's Might. So my bad on that one. Yeah, champions are the +2. Oh wait, so champions are plus. I thought it was +1, +2, +2, +3. I got the numbers mixed up then. So I guess the champions can drop Teal's Might then if it's +2. The thing that I noticed though is it seems like, and I don't know what there would really be anything to this, the uniques I find stuff off of, but it seems like the champions like this unique, like monsters like that I find stuff off of, but the champions I never find anything good off of. Not even saying like super rare stuff. It seems like I never even get like a Shaco or something. Seems like they never drop anything. You might get like laying of hands or something. Skull. Offhand is a Rune Master with 5 Ist runes in it. KC, welcome in. What's up? Treasure class Pendle. Pendle's a goofball. Pendle's a goofball. I don't remember all the mumbo jumbo malarkey, the way to word it properly, but I do know that Pendle can only drop. There's only 3 items he cannot drop: Tyrael's Arachnid's Mesh, and Tyrael's Might, Arachnid's Mesh, and help me out, Chad. Is it D-Web? I don't remember. I don't remember the third one. It is D-Web? Okay, I remembered right. Thank you. I could not remember. No, I don't do PvP. I don't like stressing out while I'm trying to relax and play video games. I want to, like I just said there, I want to relax. I want to play games. I want to. Oh no, Azarath. Yes, it is Azarath. Chris Pratt nailed it. Yeah. Tyrell's Might, Arachne's Mesh, and Azarath. There's the whole treasure class, item level, monster level situation there. It's so strange. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't try to stress my mind with every little thing. Because, yeah, it's weird that, like, Pindle cannot find Arachne's Mesh, but Mephisto can. But Mephisto's monster level is lower than Pindle's, but then they have different treasure class drop abilities or something. I don't know. It makes absolutely no sense. Pretty much every monster and item, like a ton of monsters and items, super uniques and act bosses and stuff, they have different rules that apply with the treasure class, and they just have different. I don't know. It's so weird. That particular thing is so weird. I don't even try to memorize it. If I ever need to know for a reason one particular item, look it up. I just look it up. Wait a second. Can you find Andaro's Visage off of Mephisto? Let me look that up. Click, 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 click. And that's one that I've looked up for, and I'm pretty sure that you can. Hard to remember everything in the world, but wait a second. Can you find Griffins off of Diablo? Boop, 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 boop. Oh, no, you can't. Yeah, these guys are champions. The ones that say champion are champions. That makes sense. That checks out. But yeah, champions like that never drop me anything. I don't care whether they're able to or not. They just don't. So it seems. Yeah, a few people talking about the drops being complicated the way they work. Yes. Yeah, there's just too much for me to feel like memorizing. Why am I running Barb nowadays? I just like playing different builds, Mark. I just like playing different stuff. I haven't done Item Find Barb in some time. Was playing a ton of Nova, was having a great time. But just wanted to do something new. Wanted to use one of the best Magic Find characters in the entire game. Because with this character running the pits here, I have like 730 Magic Find, which is maybe a little unnecessary, but every little bit could technically help you a tiny bit of some sort. Hopefully to find Tyrell's Might. Just need Tyrell's Might, that's it. I just want it. Matthias says, love the content. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. Very kind. From Germany. Welcome in. Sleep Wiblow saying, so Bale would be better to farm than Pindle because he can drop everything. The only thing is that you can kill Pindle like 3 times a minute, and in order to get to Bale, how long does it take to get to Bale? Like 2 minutes? So that's kind of the... If you don't mind not being able to drop Arachne's Mesh, Tyrell's Might, and Azarath, then Pindle you can spam and get 1,000 kills in a row. Now, the drop... You'd have to think about the drop odds, this and that, but the main thing is, too, yeah, you have to go through the Worldstone Keep, you have to do all the Bale waves, so... Farming Bale is kind of, I don't want to say not a thing, but it's like not really a thing. It is a thing, but you know what I'm saying. Being able to take out Bale one time every 3 minutes is not really gonna work out. But if you're already doing the Bale runs anyways, you know, that's what if I'm doing a Bale run, you know, I go ahead and take Bale out. I've seen some people just they want to min-max the experience, so they skip Bale. I mean, I would go take out Bale if I was there, but I wouldn't specifically try to farm Bale necessarily. Ooh, Ogre reacts. Fool. More 220 Javas probably. Oh, don't. Not. They're ethereal, so don't. This is offline single player, D2. MMA. The diminishing return on Magic Find pretty severe. Yeah, but yeah, like you're saying there at the end, with this build killing these specific monsters, this specific place, golden. But yeah, realistically, under any other circumstance, you could argue up to like 450, 500 people say. Really, this much is kind of nonsensical, sort of. But it probably gives you like a 0.5% better chance of something. I don't know. Got a Cham looking at trading for Cham for 2 burrs. Ah, that probably goes the other way there. Ruth. You could probably get a maybe a burr for 2 Chams, but I don't even know that. Burrs online are worth way more than Chams because they're used like way less, right? Let's see. Cosmos says, how about Neelathak? I think Neelathak can drop every item in the game. The thing is I don't know exactly why. I think I remember looking it up, Cosmo, that he has really bad drop odds for like everything for some reason. Like he can drop everything, but for some reason his odds to drop like those items is lower or something. I don't quote me on this, but I think I remember looking it up. And I can tell you from anecdotal experience, 2 attack rating, forget it. It definitely appears that way from my anecdotal remembrance of farming Neelathak, so. No good. Oh yeah, Duck, that was pretty crazy. Kano found that Zod on a speedrun and then he just like went back to town and instantly sold it. He's like, I need the 8,500 gold or something. Pretty crazy, right? Marty says P8, Bale and Neelathak, best drops for Chiro's Might. I mean, I'd have to... The best drops for Chiro's Might is Neelathak. The thing with Bale is, like, the drop odds obviously have to be divided by or multiplied or whatever by the number of runs you can get per minute, right? Or per hour or whichever metric, you know, you want to go with that particular one. So that's why, like, the drop rates on Bale, him having quote-unquote the best drops, of course, isn't necessarily, you know, usable. But Neelathak's not too hard to get to. I guess I didn't know that his would technically be higher, because you can get to Neelathak real quick. So you can't item find Neelathak, can you? I don't think. Can you item find Neelathak? Because, I mean, Neelathak would be just like Thresh Socket, right? Or Pindle. You can item find them. He explodes. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So there's no body there. Duh. Yeah, okay. That makes sense, Matthias. Many Templars. I found... I forget exactly. It's like 6 or 8 Templars so far. I forgot his body goes away. The Phil. Bale Waves can drop Teal's Might, huh? Bale Waves is another one of those things that I almost never find anything good from. I have found a few things, but not very often. Actually, didn't I grab my Mangsong's Lesson off of Balewave online? I think, actually. I can remember getting like a Nightwings one time, and I think a Death's Fathom before too. But maybe it's I don't know. Sweaty pit runs. No. Chilly pit runs. It's cold here in the basement. Pits fast. Yeah, you can, that's a good thing about the pits. You can teleport through here, stack a ton of magic find, snipe the elites, item find them all, move on, couple minutes, knock out like, I'll assume I miss one or two. I probably miss one champion every run, but we'll say knock out 10 like unique monsters and item find them and then move on. Yeah, being able to item find them is kind of huge for efficiency numbers, I believe. D2 MMA said it, Lister was his only Teros Might. Crazy. Ruthless said he got lucky in the pluggy days, got his Teros Might. Yeah, I never did during that either. I was doing my YouTube channel for probably like a year and a half or 2 years. Never got Teros Might. But at that time I wasn't just blasting areas that you could find Teros Might. Like I would do, Pindle runs and Thresh Socket, and I would even just run other like kind of like odd areas once in a while. What players count does it take to beat terrorized XP gain? Maybell, I'm not sure what you're asking there necessarily. To beat terrorized gain, like terror zones for experience wise are pretty much after you're in the mid 90s, terror zones are going to be the absolute best for experience over any other area. I think I've heard the argument that like the P8 Chaos Sanctuary is like the best before then technically. I mean, it's going to depend on a lot of different factors, I suppose, but P8 or Chaos up until like mid 90s, and then but terror zones over that are going to be the best. Does D4 suck? I don't think it's the worst game ever made, no. Am I playing it? No, I'm not really playing it anymore, so. Guess there's no more in there. Let me see here. I want to make sure I'm not missing nothing that I want there. This one champ's always over here, but it's kind of annoying having it pinned in the corner like this. Real hard to read chat while playing this character. Lightning poison? Walk run? It's okay, but I definitely have better, of course, by now, but early on a energy shield Nova Sorceress. Nova Sorceress. Did you do the DLC? No, I never played the expansion. I had quit playing D4 before that. At this point in my life, you know, with me doing YouTube full time or whatever, I don't really have time to play anything but the best, you know what I mean? Anything but the best game, you know? Have I had good luck on terrorized ancient tunnels? I mean, I've gotten a few things. I don't know that I've really ran too much terrorized ancient tunnels, a little bit. But I mean, realistically, the way terror zones work, essentially every terror zone is kind of the same as every other terror zone, really. It all just comes down to, like, if it's got the immunities you want, or the density you want, or whatever, you know what I mean? But for actual, like, the monsters being able to drop something, the area kind of become pointless relative to, you know, the area being an 8-5 area or not, or this and that kind of like loses importance. So, Ethan, yo, what's going on? Appreciate you, very kind, very kind. So then you won't buy it, says Callan. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. That I just modern games in general I don't usually like, and I was pretty hyped for D4, and I was a little let down. But I also wouldn't go as hyperbolic as saying, like, people say it's like the worst game ever made, it's complete trash. I just think it's okay. I think D4 is okay. And it kind of gets... It's kind of fun at first, and then it gets boring real quick. But I mean, it's not like the worst game ever made. There he is. Hey. I missed. You're not supposed to miss. I have a bazillion points into whatchamacallit. Obnoxious saying his best drops are Chaos. Yeah, I mean, Chaos is definitely good. No doubt about that one. No doubt. Maybe I'll do that next, actually. I was thinking that the other day, that my next character do some foe in the Chaos Sanctuary. Haven't done foe in a couple of seconds. T-Muffin. Why am I farming a non-terrorized zone? Because I want to. That's why. Doing great. Oh, Dude Willie, what's going on? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm doing good. Is there another? Oh, I thought I'd seen a champion for some reason. But I did not. Mark V. Pants are not allowed here. What's going on? Did I miss something? It's got to be an inside joke or something here, huh? Where do I find drop rates? Want to search for a place to drop certain items. If you type into Google D2R drop odds calculator, it'll come up with like 7 different websites where you can look up. You can search it by usually like 9 different. You can look it up from like this monster and then see what it can drop. You can search up the item and then see what monsters can drop it and what's the chance that they drop it. So I use one called Silas Spins, or there's another one that I can't remember exactly, but what it's called actually. But Silas Spin's drop odds calculator has been around forever, and they updated it for D2R and added in updating it for drop odds and terror zones and stuff. So yeah. Bix dude saying it seems like this is all about farming gear, the game. That's what I do, yeah. There's different, like, what do you call it, communities of people that do different things, whether it's the speedrunners or the PvP. I don't like PvP. So, some people blast to 99. You know, there's the levelers, but I don't really enjoy doing that either. But yeah, everyone just does what they enjoy to do, and, you know. Yeah. But yeah, finding gear is a big part of D2 for sure. For sure. Let's see. Ethan says he wants a spirit in normal is even possible. A spirit sword, you can technically get it in normal. But you're going to have to memorize which monsters are possible to find to get 4 sockets if you Larzik a sword. You cannot drop it with 4 sockets. But there are certain... Like, before you even beat Bale, you can actually find swords before that to technically can get 4 sockets, but it doesn't always work the way you think it will, and monsters you think should be high enough level based upon their area level actually aren't going to be high enough level and stuff. It's real weird. There's different, the monster levels in normal difficulty, come to find out, because I just, like, nuked myself on a video, like, a week ago on this exact topic. It turns out I spent, like, 6 hours making a video, and I missed one key pertinent information, and I just had to delete the video. Really annoying. A like 4 instance is like the Chaos Sanctuary is technically high enough level in normal difficulty that all the monsters, if the monsters in that area all had the same level relative to the area level, like it works in Hell difficulty and Nightmare, they should be able to get 4 sockets. But in normal difficulty, the monster level is not always equal to the area level. So yeah. But yeah, like someone mentioned there, I missed. But yeah, technically, after you beat normal difficulty, it is kind of a well-known thing nowadays that a crystal sword, longsword, or broadsword from normal cows will always be able to get 4 open sockets when you Larzik it with the socket quest. So, Sineal says he thinks Bale's minions. Yeah, I'm not really sure, so I'm not gonna say for sure, but yeah. I do know that there's one monster in the Crystalline Passage that can give you 4 open sockets, because there's also some monsters in the Chaos Sanctuary can give you 4 sockets and others can't, so... Because before I did this video, I went and tested it out, and I killed multiple monsters in multiple areas and Larzik them, and they all got 4 sockets. And then someone commented on the video instantly after I posted, and like, yeah, that's kind of true, but it's also not. Try this monster in the Chaos Sanctuary. And I went and specifically killed that one monster in the Chaos Sanctuary, and it got 3 sockets, and I was like, son of a bee. This just effed my entire video that I spent hours making. Great. Great, great, great. Come on. Let's see where we go here. Yeah, Marty says some monsters in Act 5. Yeah, there are some. Yeah, but yeah, it's real weird that I didn't know that until a week ago, that the monsters in normal difficulty, their monster level isn't the same as the area level. It's real weird. What normal chaos monsters? I think it was the are they demon lords? I know for sure that the is it Oblivion Knights? The ones that cast stuff. Those ones will not get you 4 sockets. I know that for a fact. Because that's the one that I did, and I was like, son of a biscuit. Ethan says, so you might as well progress the Nightmare and go from there. Kinda, yeah. I would say it depends what character you are to give you full advice. You could do the normal cows to get a spirit sword and you can look up every YouTuber for D2 has a video about it, pretty much. But what I would usually do is run. I'll run Nightmare Countess and hope to find a sword like on the way down, if you can do that. And actually, when I did that the very last time that I did it, actually for that video I was making, I found a 4-socketed crystal sword on the way down, so I didn't even have to use my Larza quest, and I just found one. But that's not to be guaranteed. The one thing that is kind of, I guess I kind of forgot this, or no one really mentions it. So a longsword or a broadsword both have pretty low requirements. They're slightly, ever so slightly higher than a crystal sword. But a longsword and a broadsword, their maximum sockets is 4. So you could literally take any longsword or broadsword from Nightmare difficulty, Act 1, like as soon as you go into Nightmare, any sword from longsword or broadsword from Nightmare or further on, and it'll get 4 sockets every time no matter what. So if you grab a broadsword on the way down to the Countess, it'll get 4 sockets for you. 100%. Or you could even get a broadsword off of Hell Bale, and it would get 4 sockets if you Larsic it. Even though it's level 99. I guess I didn't... I don't know if I knew that or not, but it's just something that I've never heard mentioned before. Or if I just don't remember it ever being mentioned by anybody. What's the word on Tyrael's? There's a 100% chance that I might find Tyrael's Might today or another day. Just trust me, it makes sense. Tax cut, what's going on? I'll see what I can do. Thomas Rojas, welcome in. Chris said he likes the broadsword because the crystal sword, like late game, you see all the phase blades and stuff. That way, you like the look of it. You say, huh? The look. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Malcor, say, is it worth to run P3 with lower Magic Find Pindle? You say, than running P1 Pindle. Is it worth it? It depends by lower Magic Find. If you're talking like by lower Magic Find, do you mean dropping down to like 300 Magic Find? I would say, and you can slap down Pindle and his entire little group there in like 1 second or 2 seconds, then yes. Because you can, I've found, I think I've gotten low runes, I've burr runes off of the group around Pindle and stuff like that. So. But running Pindle on players 1 with a barb with item find is kind of like early ladder go-to kind of thing. But you can definitely run it on higher players counts with like a Javazan or a billion different types of sorceresses or Fists of Heaven's Paladin. So I would say it is worth it if you still have some Magic Find. I wouldn't drop down to 11 Magic Find to run them on players 3 instead of 1, but... Any chance for a hardcore speed run? I mean, I'm not gonna say it's never gonna happen, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it happening anytime soon. I just do not like playing hardcore. The thing with speed running is hardcore and non-hardcore are almost the exact same thing, because if you died at a really bad time on non-hardcore, your run's dead anyways, so it's almost like, you know, hardcore and non-hardcore almost don't matter. Organize my charms? They are organized. Look, I have all the small charms in the middle with the special ones on the outside. It's perfectly organized. Want Phil to file his taxes? Yeah, definitely not changing those around. About the only thing I'll do, let's see, these two are touching each other, aren't they? Let's go like this. And then put this one here. Move this one here like this. This one up here, right here. There we go. Better. It's like playing a game of Minesweeper. Thomas said he's had wild drops lately. T-Gods randomly before bed, huh? Well, congrats on the T-Gods, I suppose. Definitely a good item. Great for some builds. Marty saying drop rates between 200 400 not much different. Ooh, if that was much higher ED, it'd be cool. Yeah, it's not too crazy. Everyone's got to draw their line somewhere, though, right? I guess yours would be at 200. I guess I usually say 300, but definitely there's like the Novasorcerus that I always have a little bit less magic find on because you don't stack it up as easily. Play Minesweeper stream? I don't know about that. I haven't played Minesweeper in like 15 years. Well, hey, it's a start. Hey, I thought there was no difference between less magic find, Marty. If I had 731 magic find, this would be a Tyro's Might. At least, I haven't even found an Immortal King Soul Cage in like months, so at least I got that. Oh, well.
I need a key.
Oh, Nate, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Holy cow. Keep up the great content. Just keep playing. New legend.
Thank you so much for 13 months. And I'm not the legend, Nate. You are the legend. Ooh, appreciate you. 13 months of tier 1 sub. Chris says a higher players count for Pendle's and minion drops. Yeah. That's pretty much the thing behind it. I mean, really, like, depending on what you're running, if you're Nova or your Javazon running Pendle or something like that, you can melt the pack and just instantaneously. Blizzard. And you can get Runeward bases. You could pull a 4-socket Ethereal Superior Thresher or something off the minions. You know, the drop rates for the minions go up. And actually, I've actually gotten some pretty good levels off of them, hitting them over and over and over again. You can run them so fast, and it's a champion pack every run. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, you're not going from 95 to 99 in like 2 hours or anything, but you know, when you're like 86 and you're hitting Pendle over and over again, you know, get a few, you know. And the thing is, you can do like 1,000 Pendle runs in like relatively Diablo 2 time, relatively no time. In Diablo 2 time. Sort your charms alphabetically. All mine are the same, so it's tough. Small charm of luck. Well, rugged small charm of luck. I guess I would move it. Small charm of luck. Of luck. Of luck. Of luck. Of luck. Of luck. Nate says, fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles fan over here, huh? Best of luck on your team doing good, I suppose. Is there only one champion down here? Bro, that's not legal. Come on. Unbelievable. Ethan, Fire Sork right now, do you respec a Nightmare? Most people's go-to when they talk about respecking out a Fire when you're a Sorceress is when you start Act 4 of Nightmare. You can usually use Fire up until that point. I would stay Fire. I mean, Andy's got the weakness to Fire Res if you didn't, or to Fire damage if you didn't know that, so. And Dario. A lot of people say when you hop into, you know, Act 4 of Nightmare is their go-to for switching. I think I usually switch pretty much when I can start doing Blizzard, but I usually I will usually spam farm like levels in normal until I get to like almost 40. And at that point you can obviously switch to Blizzard, but that's kind of like the playthrough method, like after ladder, you and your team spam bail runs until you get to level 40 and then move on to Nightmare, and then so. Shamefire isn't better. It just gets so many problems with you know, so high a fire res on so many monsters in Act 4. Which, I mean, you are in hell after all. I mean, it makes sense, sort of, that they're used to fire in hell. So, but I mean, fire's not like a maxed out fire. We're talking max gear though here, but it's pretty good nowadays. Yeah, there you go. Fireball frozen orb. You can still rock that nowadays, right? How long to gear my Nova Sork up on single player? It's hard to really estimate on single player, like, because I didn't like play through the game and then strictly with that character farm up stuff to get Nova Sork gear. I use the gear on all the different builds. I respec my character all the time and play all different builds on the Sorceress too, so but yeah. So what I did is I just kind of played the game until I got like Enigma first, and then I played the game for a while, and then I went back and actually farmed Lower Kuras to make Enigma like a few months after that. And then, you know, so it's hard to say like how long did it take me, because I didn't just sit down and like for a few weeks or however long it take, months or whatever, and only just try to get gear for my Nova Sork. So Mark, it's Sunder Charm is the name of the unique charm that breaks immunities. I don't know who's hitting me, but Reaper, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Ethan said he might try the Fireball Frozen Orb. Yeah, it does have, it's, I don't know about slower. The thing is, when you go 2 specs, you can obviously kill everything without having a Sunder Charm. So on a playthrough, a lot of people like that. But it's kind of one of those situations where it's, you know, you can take out everything, but you're like a master of killing nothing. You know what I mean? So you can definitely take stuff out, but you can't. It'll be kind of slower, sorta. But then also you can just casually handle everything. So it's all up to, you know, people's preferred playstyle and all that good stuff. First character to farm with? Oh, no. I definitely start off with the Sorceress for sure. I play through, and this is how I have a video all about it. If you want to see like how I start off a single player account or a Holy Grail, I made a video about it, how I would recommend doing it. Starting off with a Sorceress, and the thing is this is what I recommend to do. You don't have to do it if you want to play straight through and have the authentic experience. I would play through normal difficulty, or play through normal, play through Nightmare, and then only play through to Act 3. Bail, and these ones can be hard. You run into souls out here. You could go after Diablo if you want to, but you know. Then I run LK, and I run Mephisto, and I run Indario to get up like good uniques, right? Running Lower Kuras to make up like Enigma or something like that. And then I'll either go back and eventually beat Act 4 and 5. Maybe I'll go back and run Ancient Tunnels. Maybe I'll run Stony Tombs with the Sorceress. Maybe I'll start another character. You know, maybe I farmed up Enigma, because in LK you need no good gear at all. You just go around and get it. Get the, you know, telekinesis, pop all the chests, get the runes, you know what I mean? And then I would probably go back and start up another character, to be honest, whether it's a paladin or whatever your next favorite character you want to play is, and get that one up and farm with that in the pits or Chaos Sanctuary or whatever. So you already have a bunch of good uniques from your sorceress from farming Mephisto and Andariel. So yeah, that's what a lot of people, I feel, especially on single player, they just think, oh, you got to play through and beat the game and then you can start farming for gear and stuff, and you don't even have to. Funny story, actually. I would say about 6 months ago, I was like, you know what, I'm going to use my, look at the Terror Zone. Look at the Terror Zone. I'm going to use my Assassin to run Terrorized Eldritch and Shank. Let's go do that. I hopped on my Assassin. It turned out I never even beat Act 4. I never even beat Diablo. And my Assassin was level 92. So yeah. And this was 2 or 3 years into after I started my single player, like after I started this Assassin. I just never even realized, because I usually only use Assassin really in the pits, to be honest. I don't play a lot of Assassin, so that's a reason too as well, of course. I'm not a big Assassin fan, but yeah. So I got all the way up into the 90s, never even beat Diablo, so. Thought Phil didn't play Assassin? Not very often. Not very often. That's why I didn't realize that I never even beat Diablo with it. Monster Plays. Finally catching Phil live. Welcome in. Glad you could catch me. Unfortunately, I don't have too much more time to stream. I'm going to have to go pick my daughter up from school here in a minute. A few minutes, I should say. Get a couple more runs in here. Nice barb, Maybell. Appreciate you. Where's it at? Run out of mana. I'm going after what's her name. Wait, it's out here, right? Oh, jeez. What? Over here? Unbelievable.
I shall meet death head on.
Blood Raven runs. Let's go! You can't find item Blood Raven? Bro. I thought this was going to be goated. We're going to do it one more time. One more time. Maybe I overlooked it. Let's see if we can item find Blood Raven. I don't think you can, but... Wait, where? Oh, man, I have a great Blood Raven map. Oh, where's she at? What? Oh. Rough. Boy. P1, that's a lot of life. For a grief berserkinger? Yeah, no, you can't. I guess I never looked at this graphic. I never looked at that. Wake of Fire with Phoenix on the Assassin. Yeah, I can see that being good for sure. Yeah. Snipers. Glad the videos help you out. Glad you like them. All right, let's get back to them pits. I was just kind of doing that for the S's and G's, as they say. Is the Countess worth running? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The Countess, obviously you get keys. You can get up to Ist from her. That's what you usually will find from the rune table, of course. I might only run the Countess like a little tiny bit before on offline single player anyways, before doing Lower Kurast, because a lot of those same runes you're going to get from Lower Kurast that you'll get from the Countess. But like the start of an online ladder, I run Countess all the time. Save up those spirit rune sets because people need to roll to get their 35 FCR spirits. So they got some good trade, a little bit of trade value there. Oh, you meant Blood Raven. Oh, no. Don't run Blood Raven. Don't do that. I was just doing it as a joke. Do not do that. Big Tuna says, great watching the stream. Appreciate you. All these kind words today. I appreciate y'all. And all the people that hit the like button on the stream there on YouTube. Appreciate you. Well, at least we got a sacred armor that was exciting for a second. Just for a quick second. Very quick second. Oh, Daniel Jackson. That's the Sweet Phil special right there. Killing monsters on the way down to the Countess. Drop the jaw rune. Love to hear it. That's another one of my go-tos on the ladder start. Taking your Nova Sorceress. You got like a Spirit Sword and like a Ancient's Pledge and a 3 topazed helmet. 3 flawless topazed helmet. And then you kill stuff on the, like, 4 hours after ladder reset, you're killing stuff on the way down to the Countess. What I used to do, too, is, like, if I would find people to play through with, if I'd ever hop into a game with a bunch of randoms and they were, maybe some of them would drop off at some point here and there, and, you know, so it ends up being a rough playthrough. So many times I would just, you know, I would just find, like, random Nightmare Bail Run games and get up just barely to level, like, 60 where you'd want to be or something like that. And I wouldn't even beat Act 1. Oh. I wouldn't even beat Act 1 Andariel. I would just instantly go farm the Countess. So I don't even go into hell difficulty at all. I'll be like level... Sometimes I'd even be level like 45 and I'm like going after the Countess. Being that low a level, you die a few times here and there for sure. But I've done it before. So you're pulling runes and stuff just a few hours after ladder reset. Keys and such. I did that before I was streaming, and I was literally trading people insight rune sets for like their hell forges. They were not anything crazy, but you know, actually trading it to get like okay stuff that you could actually use. Wait, was there a... Oh, battle start. Ist Countess on Nightmare last season? That's got to be your highest Nightmare Countess Ist rune, huh? That sounds wild. I have to take your word that that's truthful. That's got to be the highest off for Monster Table, I would guess, if that's crazy. Good early items for Zoo Druid. Boy, not a summon druid expert at all. Early good items. I mean, essentially the same stuff for every caster, every non-melee character is always like spirit, dual spirit, sword, you know, peasant's crown / allure. I know on summon characters, plus skills is like of utmost importance. So essentially you just want to stack all the plus skills you can find anywhere. Whether it's Jalal's, whether it's, you know, anything like that. This is live. Sages, yeah. For a short time here. Best drop calculator. I always use Silas Spin's drop odds calculator, but most of them are fine. I think Max Roll has one. There's just a bunch of them. They're all probably... I've actually seen they all have a little bit different numbers, but they're all pretty close. They're not like... One doesn't say like 1 in 800, and then the other one says like 1 in 10,000. You know, they're all about the same. Yeah, using those drop pod calcs. Another one of those things I never hear anyone talk about, probably because everybody hates them so much. Did you guys know that quill rats, they're called something different in every area, but you know what monster type I'm talking about, right? The quill rats, they actually have a higher rune drop chance than other monsters. It's like halfway between ghosts and normal monsters. 10. Yeah, we'll throw it. Nothing extra on there. I was doing a video in the past, and I was looking into stuff, and I was like, wait a second. I never have heard that before. Now, would I recommend intentionally spam farming, targeting quill rats? No. No, no, no. It's no good. They're real annoying. Thomas said he had weird drops where every Monarch's had 1 or 2 sockets in it. Can't get a blank one or a 4-socketed. Rough. Rough, rough, rough. But yeah, looking at the time here, I'm going to have to hop off because I got to go get my kid from school here. So I do appreciate y'all. A bunch. A lot. So, of course, we've got to shout out to people who helped support the stream today. Must do it, of course. We've got Ruthless, DP Trash, Cody H coming in with 10 gifted Slayer ships. My goodness. Fred Pork, Bit, aka Mr. Shoot. We had Nate over here on Twitch. Figlet. Appreciate y'all, Alberts, also. And Bit, once again, there over on Twitch as well. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Honestly, it really does make it possible for me to keep streaming and making YouTube videos with y'all's support. So I'm extremely grateful, extremely grateful. So with that being said, I got to hop off. Like I said, go get the kid from school. It's that time of day. So peace out, fellas. And keep slaying.